This is a true-to-life story about a small act of kindness that changed everything. Told in simple English for learning through emotion, reflection, and storytelling. I was 22, tired, broke, and traveling home after one of the hardest weeks of my life. I had just failed an interview for a job I really wanted. My confidence was gone. I hadn't eaten all day, and I barely had enough money left for the train ticket. I remember sitting alone in the corner of the train. My clothes were wrinkled, my eyes heavy from lack of sleep, and my thoughts were loud. What am I doing with my life? At the next station, a woman in her 50s stepped in and sat across from me. She looked like a teacher or someone who reads a lot. Calm, collected, with kind eyes. We didn't speak for the first 10 minutes. But then, she looked at me and smiled gently. She said, "Tough day?" I didn't plan to talk, but something about her made me open up. I told her everything, the failure, the worry, the fear of not being good enough. She listened without interrupting, without judging. When I finished, I was surprised at myself. I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to share so much." She smiled and said, "Sometimes strangers are the safest people to talk to." Before she got off at her stop, she reached into her bag and handed me a sandwich and a note. The sandwich was simple, cheese and tomato. The note said, "You are enough. Not because of a job, not because of success, just because you are." I never saw her again. But I still have that note. I keep it in my wallet, and every time I feel lost or not good enough, I read it. It reminds me that sometimes the world gives us small moments of grace through people we never expect, in places we never imagine. So now, whenever I see someone who looks tired, scared, or just quiet, I try to smile, because I know what that smile can mean. Thank you for listening. If you believe in the power of kindness, share this story. Keep learning English through real stories that touch the heart.